when I stand up. All right, Arnaud, thank you so much for joining me on the sofas. Here to really talk about changing in search and how that's disrupting organizations. No better organization to talk about here than Accor.
Yes.
A big, complex organization you have the privilege of working in. So please tell us a little bit about what you're seeing.
So yes, Accor is complex. Thanks again for inviting me. Not talking about the complexity of the organization, but the beauty of this organization. Let's be concrete. First of all, Accor, it's a big group. We've got 45 brands right now. Some of you know, let's say Mercure, Sofitel, but we have so many brands like SLS, Delano, and all over the world. And we've got close to 5,300 properties, meaning hotels. But in addition, we've got some bars, restaurants, meaning that we've got around 15,000 places where we need to bring people there because we don't sell anything that could be virtual, it's physical. So at the end of the day, we need to bring consumers in a hotel to have great experiences.
And that's different brands as well, right? So it's everything from luxury across.
It's from eco to luxury to lifestyle. So we try to bring something that we call all.com, Accor Live Limitless. It's a combination of distribution system and loyalty system. So we are committed to deliver some great experience, consumer experience, with kind of high-end personalization. And to do so, we can't do it by yourself. We need also to rely on technology. And thanks to Botify, we're also able to deliver things like this, specifically on the search side.
And so, we've heard this morning, so much opportunity, so much newness, so many things changing all at once. And I think the key is it's all at once. So when you think about this shift in search, whether that's technology, user-based, anything else, what do you think should be the key pillars that you're thinking about as a business?
Okay. So for me, thanks, AG, for this keynote, because I will use a kind of triangle approach. And let's be honest, it's just fantastic right now. It's kind of something that we do not expect since 4, 5, 10 years ago. That's something that we're going to live physically, and we're going to develop some technology around this. And that's the beauty. If we go back to the technology, first, we put the technology on this triangle, then we put the consumer on the one side, and the data on the other side. Talking about technology, you got an amazing keynote this morning, but let's refer to the change of the behavior. Before we talk about search, just Google, Google, and Google, and Google. We spend a lot on SEA. We spend a lot on creating content on SEO, but I won't say it's over. It's different right now. We have to deal with social. We have to deal with technology that they can, and also devices. When I look at my kids, they don't type on Google. They just take a picture and then just say, okay, Daddy, I want to go there because I love this picture. Okay, wow. So it's a kind of new change. It's a re-change of behaviors. And this is where we need to rely on technology and the AI to make sure that we can make sure that we can observe all the different trends and try to appropriate to us. That's the first thing. Secondly, we have to talk about the consumer's behavior. Talking about search, I want to talk about search anymore. I want to talk about emotional search, interactive search, conversational search. As you've seen this morning, people are just expecting that fast answers, personalized answers, something different from the past. They want something personalized. That's the second piece of the triangle. And the third one, it's the data. So data is the key piece of this. You have the technology on one side, the consumers on the other side, and the data. To face this challenge, we have to structure very well our data. Make sure that all our system, all our assets are well organized. To summarize that, you need to clean your room.
Yes.
It's a joke for hotel also.
Yes, I know.
Sorry for that. But you have to clean the room and you have to make sure that you are prepared to also to feed your assets to all the system going to increase the volume of requests dramatically. So you should be ready for that. Your system, your cloud system should be ready for that. If you are not prepared right now, you will face some big challenges ahead.
So speaking of preparation, I mean, it's easy to say, let's organize our data. In a business which has existed for many years now across multiple properties and brands, how is Accor preparing for the search revolution, this new horizon?
Okay. I would love to say search evolution, search revolution. Some people say we are facing a challenge. as I prefer to say, we are preparing for an adventure. So if you accept a challenge, it's become an adventure. That's the beauty too. So if we embark to the adventure, we need to prepare ourselves with different pieces of elements. First one is benchmarking, looking at the trends. I have people in my team that they are looking at all the trends each week, each month, and we try to bring everything together. There's also kind of association with key partners. Make sure that big players feed you also with the evolution. So in terms of technology and the adoption, we need to do that. Second point is test and learn. Test and learn always and always. Be ready to fail, but we will be successful also at the end. So the question is, when we start on this area, we need to do some kind of test, because we're not going to scale it in one click. We need to prepare ourselves, do some tests. We did some tests with you on Swiss Hotel, for example. We've been able to demonstrate the value of a solution, and then we are able to scale it. That's a second approach. Third one, it's in terms of organization, develop a kind of center of excellence of AI. On the side, we develop a center of excellence with the data team. So right now, they are able also to have their own vision and create some POC on different aspects. We did so with user journey content on that side. We've been able also to develop the new first search on-site powered by GenAI. And last but not least, I think it was the beginning of July, we've been able to develop the first search proposition on booking solutions through Apple Vision. Honestly, I'm going to
How does that work?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
good?
okay. It's super nice.
Cool.
If you ask me about, do you sell a lot of hotels through Apple Vision? I will tell you the truth. It's not the purpose. The purpose is really to understand the behavior.
Yeah.
To really understand what we can do with that, just to better understand what will be the consumers in the future and their experiences. Top of this, we have also what we call the voice of the guest. So it's part of the truth, but not always the truth. You should rely on your consumers, but don't ask to them about what should be the change. You have also to bring kind of balance about, okay, this is their expectation, their intent, but this is the goal that we want to provide to them. So you have to create a kind of balance on this. You saw me if I'm speaking too much, huh?
No, I'll stop you, don't worry.
Okay.
I just want to say I've worked with Arnaud in different guises for nearly 6 years now, and you said, don't think about a challenge, think about an adventure. Be prepared, and it's okay to fail. This is exactly the culture that you've built in the teams that I've worked with, and I have to say it's energizing to hear a leader who is tasked with, as we all are in the room, with delivering ROI, with showing impact, to create that culture where actually free to innovate. And I think that really speaks volumes. Customer experience, voice of the guest.
Yeah.
How do we balance this need to be obsessed, and this is my everyday, the need to be obsessed with customer experience, delivering that on-point experience of a brand, with the imperative now that everybody faces to drive operational efficiency and scalability?
Okay. I will give you some examples, but how do we deal with the team? First of all, we set up a model that's called 4-in-the-box model, bringing business, product, tech, and design together. But it's just not a question about to share a pizza. The question is really to better understand each other and make sure that we be much more agile and make sure that we're going to take the right decision fast and not going to intensify the complexity or decrease the drama about the prioritization. I love the decreased drama of prioritization. It's always a nightmare, but thanks to that, we are also to work in a close team, make sure that we understand each other. That's first point. Secondly, we refer on data on impact. So this is where we really need to rely on customer journey analysis, on all the elements, completion rate or whatever. You have all the KPIs associated to that. On top of this, we need also to bring some operational efficiency and customer experience in the same time. So if you go back to Botify solution as an example, we set up this. We've been able to demonstrate that, okay, we increase the visibility, the reach, etc. But at the same time, we've been able also to help the tech to prioritize the things. So in the same way, we've been able to increase and decrease the speed index and make sure that we can be much more visible, one side, customer experience. On the other side, we've been able also to prioritize the things that we have to develop together.
Yep.
So that's the kind of thing that we do. And we have so many examples associated to that. So We can talk about the content efficiency. Put some automation on content provided by AI to make sure that we can be visible on all the search engines. But top of this, we have to make sure that on the business perspective, we can also identify the potential growth, meaning that we need to be present where customers are looking for us, and then we have to provide the right content at the right place. That's kind of thing that we have to deal with right now, and we accelerate the scale, we accelerate the transition.
Excellent. And then we have to go faster and faster and faster. That need to accelerate, to keep pace, really, to stay ahead of the curve. But we also, at the same time, have lots of questions from within our teams and around our business, some of whom know SEO well, many people around our businesses don't. But there are a lot of questions bouncing around about what does all this newness mean for the future of search. We heard from AJ. I'd love your perspective on that.
Okay, I will give you one more. It's what I know nothing. That's for me the only thing that I know. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's be clear that we need to be surrounded by people that they know better than us. We need to be surrounded by expertise. We need to be surrounded by people that they can help us to grow and educate us. That's for me the first thing that we have to deal with. Make sure that we understand this field. This field is quite evolving so fast. So we can't be only on our side to understand the world. We need to rely on people that they got some expertise, like you, like also the big players. That's the first thing. Secondly, we have also to question ourselves about what should be the future. So the future, I've got two questions. We expect some high personalization in one side, and then we're also facing a cookieless world. Yeah. Meaning that you want to protect your privacy, but at the same time you want to be ultra personalized in terms of presence, in terms of answers. How do we deal with that? Question is, how will be present on the paid search versus the organic one? That's my second question. We know quite well that there is half of the money that is waste, but which one is it? So the question right now, it will be much more complexified with so many elements associated to that.
So many different variables out there.
So many different variables, so many consumer behaviors. So we used to talk about the messy middle in the term of search.
Yes.
For me, it's more than a messy middle. It's a super bazaar, we used to say in French. But it's super complex, but we have to be ready for it. We have to be ready to embrace a kind of new world, make sure that we can test things, also make sure that we can be able to develop a new set of data, work closely with the tech team, work closely also with the data structure, and make sure a data structure will be robust for the coming years. As I said previously, if you don't have the data set well prepared, you're going to have an extreme challenge in front of you. But at the end of the day, what I believe, we're going to provide a great, or maybe the greatest consumer experience thanks to the search. So at the end of the day, we'll be able to better understand this kind of conversation, their expectation. It could be on the mid-scale, eco, or luxury experiences. But at the end of the day, human and people from Accor will be able to provide a super great experience at the hotel. This is what we believe in.
It's the most exciting part of all this to me. It's understanding the intent. It's getting to the emotion of the intent, the motivation. I think it was the outcome that AJ talked about. We'll never have richer data than we're seeing right now. I think it's fantastic. We have questions, Arnaud.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm serious. We've got several questions here, so I shall pick a couple. You can rely on me. Slightly easy one to begin with. Aliyah, thank you very much. How do you choose to adopt an action on one brand or all? What's your strategy there?
Okay. The one got the most powerful business case on the best budget? No, I'm kidding, but sometimes you need to choose your challenge and pick up your challenge. It really depends on the opportunity that we have to do with it. Let's be frank, there is some small brand, like Swissôtel is a small brand, and we have a big flagship like Fairmont. But there is a question of risk associated on agility. So sometimes we rather prefer to choose a small brand to make sure that we can do some tests with them, and we can be much more agile with them, and then thanks to that, we can use them to advocate to the rest of it, to the other one. That's the way we proceed.
And that's very much that test and learn methodology that's very
Exactly.
embedded. An interesting one actually from Anonymous, thank you Anonymous. With all these changes in search and with traffic dropping, clicks dropping down, what do you think the 3 most important goals for 2025 might be as a traffic manager at one of the Accor brands, for example,
Okay.
given that traffic is falling?
Yeah. The question is, don't rely too much on Google. Sorry for Google guys, but I love them. But on the other side, make sure that you can push your boundaries somewhere else. Make sure that you start to put your flag somewhere when you go into test things, push new type of content. The question is not to duplicate or create again and again content. The question is to make sure that you have a kind of liquid content strategy where you can face local social searches. Also try to get much more visible on AI, on SearchGPT, for example. Do this kind of thing. So the question is much more try to diversify yourself, still rely on efficiency on the big provider of your traffic. Don't misunderstand what I said. So please do not cut Google, of course not.
That would be futile at this point.
Yeah, but this is kind of thing that you have to really try to open your mind to opportunities.
Last question, because we are standing in between these good people and a coffee.
I know.
Which I believe is important in France.
Yes.
So, last question for you. It's just a small one. How do you define success when looking at the bigger picture, not just ROI? What other things do you factor in when you think about success and outcomes?
Okay, I will take the role of a manager. If the team is proud of what they do, I think there is a part of the success. If they have been enriched by something new, they are proud about the delivery they made, because there is a lot of effort behind this. I just want also to thank the team that they are behind this, because they do a tremendous work all the time. It's much more kind of collective feeling that you achieve something. At the end of the day, okay, we are looking about EBITDA, ROI, all the financial KPIs, but at the end of the day, what it makes me happy is, first of all, I can say something to my kid when I go back home. And the second point is, are you proud of the things you do this morning or this day? If there is a sense, and there is a real sense that you achieve something concretely. We are facing a lot of time that we are behind a computer just sending some mails, but with no matter at the end. So my perception of success is, yes, there is ROI, but there is concrete stuff.
Yeah.
If you are able to do concrete stuff, at the end of this day, you will be proud, you will talk about this, and then you will be back, and we go back home the next day with happiness. As a conclusion.
I like that. Thank you,
Thank
Arnaud.
you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody. We are running slightly behind, but I'm so grateful that we got to spend the time together. Just for the benefit of our audience, I'll leave the key takeaways up on the screen here. Thanks very much as well for bringing in so many questions. Honestly, I could see them coming through, and that's fantastic. Keep it coming. We want to really make this as interactive as possible. But as promised, right now, you're going to get coffee. All right?
Thank you.
Please be. Are you up? You're up. We're up.